Okay. So very good morning, guys. Uh, okay. So last day I was explaining you about yeah. So we've just been discussing about this in the last class, guys. If you recollect, I just been talked about yeah, we just been talking about the internet service provider. We are talking about the internet service provider. About the internet service provider is what we have been discussing about. Okay, fine. Now let's have an understanding about this in detail. Hold on. Yeah. So what is an internet service provider? What is an ISP is what our discussion is about. And what did I say you? An ISP provides internet services. A common internet service is web hosting. I explained you about what is web hosting. Web hosting means storing your website or web application on a public server. And this also includes your email services and also domain name registration. We just discussed about this domain name registration also in the previous session. Okay, next. Say, if you want other people to view your website or web application, you must copy your site to a public server. Right, I want my site to be accessible to others. If I want my site to be accessible to others, I need to put my site on a public server. That's what I said to you. If you put it at your home, no use. No one can use that. If at all you want other people to use that site, other people to use your application, you're required to host it on a public server for sure. Okay. See, even if you can use your own PC as a web server, it is more common to let an internet service provider host your site or application. I just been talked about this one, guys. What are that? ISP means cost wise it is going to be lesser. Why? If at all you want to maintain a server on your own mines, that's a costly effort. That's going to be a costly effort. But if at all we go to an ISP, cost is going to be drastically reduced. Okay. And next, included in a web hosting solution, you can expect to find domain name registration and email services also. They'll provide you email services. Otherwise, tomorrow you're developing a shopping cart application, a B2B portal, and under that, you just people can purchase something. Once the order is confirmed, a mail has to be sent to you. So if at all I want to send a mail now, I need the email servicing option available for me in the website. So actually, the web hosting solutions, the DNS also provides you email services. And finally, hosting your website or web application on your own server is always an option. It is an option, and here are some points to consider. You can host it on your own server here, but it is an option. These are the points to consider. What are that? First one, hardware expenses. Hardware expenses. To run a real website, you will have to buy some powerful server hardware. Don't expect that a low-cost PC will do the job. You also need a permanent 24 hours a day high-speed internet connection. This is very, very important. So these are all the cost factors here. You need to just consider all the cost factors. What are these? If at all you just want to run a real website on your own, you want to run a real website on your own. So don't expect a low-cost PC to do the job for you. A low-cost PC to do the job for you. A low-cost PC cannot do this for you at all. Reason is just going to be, if at all, see speed, guys, speed is going to be very important. You just have a small 8 GB RAM, a machine of an 8 GB RAM. a dual core processor or a quad core processor, and you get multiple clients accessing the application at the same time, there will be always a performance problem now. There will always be a performance problem. So that's the reason why a low cost PC cannot do the job for you. Okay, you will have to buy some powerful server hardware. Okay, and a processor that is going to be 18 cores, 18 core processor. See, generally what we use, dual core, quad core. Maximum what we have, because if you go for a octa core, hexa core, it will be very expensive. So what you really need is an 18 core processors for this to serve the clients. Okay, a very high RAM size, hard disk capacities, all these are very, very important. And you don't get all these things for a less cost. Do you get all these things for less cost now? You don't get. So what do you require? Buy some powerful server hardware. Don't expect that a low cost PC, will do the job. You also need to maintain, you also need a permanent 24 hours a day, high speed internet connection. There's a high speed internet connection is required. Not only like a high speed internet connection here, you need multiple internet connections also. Why multiple internet connections? Suddenly if there is a problem with any of the internet service provider, immediately you're required to switch to second one now. Yes or not? You're taken a geo connection. Suppose there is some problem with the geo servers and the internet is down now. So you cannot make the site to not run now. So you need another internet connection immediately coming into action which can help you. So you need multiple. And high speed connections are expensive. High speed connections when you take expensive, and every month you're just required to pay the bills for it. Okay. Next, software expenses. Remember that server licenses often are higher than client licenses. You require a license now. When you go to business, you don't get anything free of cost. See, once you are going to do business, everything should be licensed. Suppose on your development machine, you install, generally, I'm just telling, when you're a student, you install Visual Studio on your machine. What edition did you install? Community edition, free of cost. But once you go to a company and start working where the company is earning money and you are earning the salary, you cannot use a community edition to build applications. You require an enterprise edition there. You require a standard or an enterprise edition there for building the applications. Licensed. They are licensed. You need to purchase them. Antivirus softwares are there. You need a licensed antivirus software on your machine. So you need to purchase all the things. First thing is server licenses. You need to purchase the server license. These are costly compared to client licenses. And also note that server licenses may have limit on the number of users. When you purchase the server licenses also, there will be a limit on the number of users. Like say, you can purchase a server license and it is telling you it is going to be 100 users. Means only 100 users, it's support. More than 100 if it comes, it doesn't. You have Zoom links now. The Zoom links basically, guys, if you just understand, we purchase them. Basically, these links are for 100 users, 300 users, separate links are available. See, generally, all of you might be using Zoom. You are the only user, you don't know. But our Zoom servers, our Zoom licenses, what we purchase it for 100 user licenses. If people lesser batch of students, then 100 user licenses. And above that, we go for a 300 user license. 100 afterwards, 300 user license. Afterwards, 500 user license. Like this, the licenses also will be different cost. Got the point? Say, if that is restricting to 100 users, means more than 100 users cannot join the meeting now. If anyone comes extra, it won't allow. So you need to upgrade that licenses. So this is also very, very important. Okay. Might have a limit on the number of users, Next, labor expenses. Don't expect low labor expenses. You must install your own hardware and software. You also must deal with bugs and viruses and keep your server constantly running. What is that? You have a server. Who maintains it now? Do you require maintenance for the server or not? Continuously monitoring, and who will do it? Will you do? You have your own server, you have your own server for your website, and you basically put this server for doing some business. Some business, you're selling something. You're selling something, and to sell something, you're just maintaining this server. But just understand what I'm telling you. Suppose if there is any issue with the server, who is going to fix it? There is some issue with the server, who is going to fix the issue now? So you require an administrator now, and will he work free of cost? Will he going to work free of cost? You're required to pay for him now. Every month you're required to pay salary for him. And all this includes your cost now. Are you getting me? And this is the reason why public servers are very, very popular right now for us in the industry. Public servers are popular. Why public servers? We can get all the services with one cost. With one cost. Okay, you don't require to just go for paying for all the, you will be getting for a lesser cost. You'll be getting for a lesser cost. Already we saw in the last session, in the hosting I shown you, we have different plans. Starter plan, we just have different plans I just shown you, and each plan has a different sizes, different facilities and functionalities. If you can invest 500 rupees per month for any plan, you will get all the services now. You'll be getting all these particular services at a time. In the GoDaddy website last day we saw. .in here, GoDaddy basically. GoDaddy.com, if you open, that will take you to US site. When you GoDaddy.in. Here you just have all the domain, find the domain I already shown you in the last thing, domain services. And apart from that, you'll be finding hostings. What is that? Web hosting. So you scroll down here, last class we saw, see, for ASP.NET and explore options here, Windows plans. Right now, by default, what you see is Linux plans. If you scroll down, you'll be finding up the Windows plans for your ASP.NET and .NET applications. Yeah, here we saw. Starter plan, 119 rupees per month. Economy plan, 219 rupees per month. Deluxe, 399. Ultimate, 499. 500 rupees per month, guys. 500 rupees per month if you can just spend on it. Okay, if you can spend 500 rupees per month, you will get all these things now for 500 rupees. Unlimited website hosting, unlimited storage, unlimited unmetered bandwidth, unlimited MySQL database of 1 GB size, unlimited MS SQL, SQL server, 200 MB each, unlimited FTP user accounts, free professional email services are available for you, free domain is available for you, free premium DNS is available for you, free SSL certificate is available for you. All these things you will get it for a cost of, and it will ask you to pay for 1 year 18,000 something. Investing some 1 lakh or 2 lakhs on a server and just investing 18,000 for 3 years is going to be, you have a lot of difference now. So which one is better? Going for a public server or going for a private own server? Public server. That's what the public servers are always going to be popular. Okay. Maintenance cost will be very, very high if at all you just try to maintain any, if at all you are having any private servers. So that's why always it is better to go with public servers than the private servers. I hope you guys are clear. Yes or not? Okay. So this is about the labor expenses. This is about considering yeah. Next. Benefits of using an internet service provider. Benefits of using an internet service provider. Better I say, it's a, what is that? Public server. What are the benefits of going for a public server? renting a web server, from an ISP is a very common option, and most small companies store their website or web applications, on a website or web application on a server provided by an ISP only. Okay, so generally what we do is we are just going to host our application on a public server that is provided by an ISP. Provided by an ISP only. Okay, here are some advantages. What are the advantages? First advantage, connection speed. Yeah. What is the first advantage? Connection speed. Most ISPs have very fast connections to the internet. They will invest, yeah, that is their business. Otherwise, clients won't come to them. So what will they do? They'll go for a high-speed internet connection. Next, security and stability. ISPs are specialists on the web hosting. Expect their servers to have more than 99% uptime. What is the 99% uptime? There will not be any downtime for the server. Means suddenly the server not responding or server problems. These things will not happen for you in this 99% uptime. Did you remember yesterday you read the same thing? It is 99.99% uptime I shown you. In the GoDaddy website, yesterday if you recollect, I just been shown you that when we just gone for 99 point uptime, guaranteed. Well, 99.9%, why not 100%? No one will promise 100% here. Have you seen it? Any ads of soaps or hand washes? You see the figure will always be 99% or 99.99% only. It will never tell you 100%. And have you seen that? It will be showing you some virtual images also it will show you. And first it will show you an image with all germs. And after washing that also, have you noticed it? It will show you one germ on it. It won't show you completely. The reason is, in India, it's not a problem, guys. But if at all you just go to other countries, if you promise 100%, tomorrow the customer can claim, the customer can put a case on the company. What is that? You promised 100%. I used your hand wash, but still I was deceased. So pay me the money what I paid for my hospitals. So you can put a case on that. In India, it's not that stringent, but in other countries, this law is going to be very, very stringent. So they can put a case for everything. So that will become a problem. So that's why they don't promise you anytime as 100%, 99%, 99.9% uptime. Okay. So that's one thing. Yeah. More than 99% uptime. More than, yeah. The latest software and the best virus production. They'll purchase all the things like powerful and latest now. Okay, next. Powerful hardware. ISPs often have powerful web servers that can be shared by several companies. You can also expect them to have an effective load balancing and necessary backup servers. What is this load balancing? Load balancing in the sense, suppose say you visit the IRCTC website. All of you are aware of the IRCTC website now. And you remember these IRCTC websites will not respond at morning 10 o'clock. Generally, peak times, morning 8 o'clock. Peak times, peak days, morning 8 o'clock, that won't respond. Suppose see, in South Indian states here, like mainly in AP, Pongal is a very big festival. So all the peoples throughout the country, whoever are present anywhere, finally, by the time Pongal, they reach their home place. 1 week, they won't do anything at all. This 1 week will be a grand celebrations, what they do it. And generally, most of the people in Hyderabad will, I'm not only Hyderabad, mainly in Hyderabad, because these Telugu states, they travel over there. And these reservations basically start 120 days before. So they calculate those things now, and correctly 4 months with which day On the day morning 8 o'clock, the reservations open, the servers won't respond at all. The servers won't be responding. That they just don't even respond. By 5 minutes, within 5 minutes, 8 o'clock, the reservation counter opens, reservation opens online. By 8:05, we get all the tickets booked. Lot of trains are there, but every train will get tickets booked. Everything will go to wait list only. So that much of load will be on that. Some peak times. Okay, some people in North Indian states, if they're in Hyderabad, for Dasara, Diwali, they try to travel. For them also, same problem. The servers, morning 8 o'clock in peak times, every day, 10 o'clock, Tatkal reservation, 11 o'clock, the servers won't respond. The servers won't be responding at all. Why they won't be responding? Why they because of huge load on them. Huge load on them. And there is no load balancing system. There is no load balancing system available for IRCTC. What is that? Suppose if there is a load on the servers, immediately bringing backup servers into action is not done by IRCTC. IRCTC won't do that because that's not a 24-hour phenomena, only hourly. And that too, why do you invest? They don't invest. Why? Because the availability of the seats is limited. You have more number of seats available and the seats are getting left out, then they should do all these things. But there is no availability at all. So in that case, and again going for having load balancing systems and all won't be there. But this load balancing, whatever load balancing is, if all the servers becomes beam, immediately another servers will come into action. You go to a bank here. For some reason, the bank is very, very busy. Okay, a lot of customers are there for deposits and withdrawals. Immediately what the bank manager does, the bank manager will try to open one more counter. The bank manager tries to open one more counter. Or you go to grocery markets, grocery stores and all, you'll be having multiple billing counters there. So in normal afternoon off-season time, afternoon, morning when the store opens or afternoon, there'll be 1 or 2 counters running. But evening peak time, all counters will be running. So they back up. So morning, when there is no work, opening all counters is waste. Putting all the people there is waste. Then 1 or 2 counters will run. By evening, when the business just improvises automatically, multiple counters will come into action. Are you getting my point? So that's what the backup servers coming into action. So load balancing, that is the load balancing mechanism. And I have what is this? They will provide you this load balancing actually. ISPs will provide you the load balancing. Suppose if the servers become busy immediately, other servers, backup servers coming into action for performing a load balancing will be happening for you. For performing the load balancing, okay, and necessary backup servers will come into action to do all these works to you. So that is the advantage or the benefit what you get with a internet service provider. This is ASP.NET only here. Again, separately, what is starting ASP.NET? Without knowing the fundamentals, you cannot build an application. Okay? Maybe you have some working experience and directly jumping into the topic will not be possible because there are a lot of people who don't know the fundamentals of internet. I need to speak like this only. Have some patience. Next. What are the important things you require to consider with an ISP? What are the important things to consider with an ISP? Does it provide you a 24-hour support or not? What is that? Make sure an ISP offers 24-hour support. Don't put yourself in a situation where you fix critical problems without having to wait until the next working day. Toll-free phone number could be vital if you don't want to pay for long distance calls. Yeah, these are all very important for an ISPR. Do they have a customer support or not? Do they have a customer support or not? There's some problem now and your site is down. And suppose they are working on a 5-day week. They're working on a 5-day week. They're working on a 5-day week. And Friday evening, there is a problem now. and Friday evening there is a problem, and the next working day is Monday only. These 2 hours your site won't run. These 2 days your site won't run now. Are you clear? So that's why 24-hour support is there or not. You remember, I already shown you. 24/7/365 days support is available. Round the clock. Round the clock support is available. And also do have a toll-free number so that immediately I can contact them for any support available. Okay, next. Do they have any daily backup mechanism? Yes, make sure your ISP runs a daily backup routine, otherwise you may lose valuable data. Yeah guys, backup services and also will be available for by the ISPs. ISPs offer you that also. ISPs offer you that also. Suppose, for example, if at all I'm just going to select this one, add to cart. Is added to the cart now. Yeah, it is showing you like a 366, 36 months, 499, and all these are included. All these are included. Now, when you just open that shopping cart, what's it? Selected a wrong thing. Just a minute. Where is it? Where is the delete option? Yeah, here it will show you. What do you get in a starter plan? What do you just get in a starter plan? And you want any extra services that are offered for you. The number of files you can upload is 2,50,000 files with web pages. In that, again, you'll have additional services also, guys. Like ask you, do you want a backup? Do you want a backup for your particular application? If at all you want to backup, they'll tell you this is the additional amount you require to pay for that. It will show you all the options. I'm not able to find it. Okay, like this, it will show you all options to you. You want a backup? Okay, this is the amount we charge. You want an security for your additional security for your website? Okay, this is what we charge. All options it will show you. You can select and proceed. You can select and proceed for that. So that's the other thing. Okay, make sure as per answer daily backup. The backup service should be available. Suppose you're doing some business and in the business you need the old orders. The customer expects the old orders in your mobile phone. You just log into Flipkart or Amazon or any of these particular things. You see your old orders. That option should be there, and further backup should be maintained. Next, traffic volumes. Study the ISP's traffic volume restriction. Make sure that you don't have to pay a fortune for unexpected high traffic in the website. Well, already we saw that. Unmetered bandwidth. What that unmetered bandwidth means? They don't count the number of customers. But earlier we used to have, not today, but earlier we used to have here when we don't have high-speed internet connections and all. At that time they used to have, this is only for these many number of users. If the users increase, you need to pay more. You need to pay more. Content restrictions. Today we don't have any content restrictions. Just make sure you can upload pictures, videos and all these things available or not. Means the size what is given is only 30 GB for a starter plan. In that if you try to upload some videos and all, they may consume lot of space. And today we don't have that particular problem. The reason is in HTML, we have that option. What option? You can upload your video in YouTube and you can link that video directly into your web page. Video will be in YouTube, but that will play for you in your web page on. So that option is available already in the HTML and we don't require to worry about this. Videos, audios, all the things can now be stored on YouTube. And then finally, you can link them into your websites. The olden days, these all problems. Do they have any email capabilities or not? Does they support emailing or not? And next, do they have the database access or not? All these things should be considered. We just are required to take into consideration before we jump into an ISP. Okay. Next. Yesterday, I remember yesterday, day before yesterday, we were talking about this here. What is TCP/IP? I said your TCP/IP. What it stands for? Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol. And I just said you over there, array, what is the responsibility of a TCP and what is the responsibility of a IP? Remember that? Okay. So these are actually two important protocols that we generally come across or use in the internet. One is the TCP/IP here. So what is TCP/IP? TCP/IP stands for Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol. Is a family of protocols for communication between computers. It defines how electronic devices should be connected over the network and how data should be transmitted between them. It will basically tell you how the devices are connected and how the data is going to be transmitted between them. Okay, TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol, is responsible for breaking down data into small packets before they can be sent over a network and for assembling the packets again when they arrive. I said you yesterday, no? It will break you the data, sends you the data, and on the other side, all the data is going to be assembled up. So that's what the role or duty of TCP. Next one, IP. What it takes care of communication between computers, responsible for addressing, sending, and receiving the data packets over the internet. Last day, I said you this already to you. What is that? No, what I was telling you is, the IP job is postman job. IP job is postman job. It is a postman job. What exactly IP is going to do for you? Okay. So its responsibilities to sending, receiving, and all these things will be done by the IP actually. And TCP, that is actually responsible for breaking the data and assembling the data back for you on the appropriate machines. That's what exactly the role of TCP and the IP. Next. And there are various TCP/IP protocols that are designed for web. There are various TCP/IP protocols that are designed for web. Like what? Web browsers and servers uses TCP/IP protocols to connect to the internet. Common TCP/IP protocols are Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Takes care of the communication between a web server and a web browser. HTTP used for sending requests from a web client to a web server, returning web content. Web content means web pages from the server back to the client. Already explained to you guys, you send a request, you get a response. Okay, next. HTTPS. What is HTTPS? Secure HTTP takes care of secure communication between a web server and web browser. HTTPS typically handles credit card transactions and other sensitive data. Payment gateways, the payments and all these things basically we just do by using HTTPS protocol. Next we have FTP, stands for File Transfer Protocol, takes care of transmission of files between computers. The FTP is basically responsible for transmission of files from one machine to another machine. For transporting the files from one machine to another machine, this FTP will be actually responsible. The File Transfer Protocol. These are some common protocols that are designed for internet. Okay, next. Yeah. Before I jump, why I was talking about all these particular things is, before I jump into an ASP.NET application, first you need to understand about so many things here. IP is connectionless. What are IP is connectionless? IP is a connectionless communication protocol. What exactly you know? All of you, every day you're using internet and you'll be browsing so many web pages on your machine. You open the browser and you type www.facebook.com or amazon.com or Flipkart something. The page is downloaded onto your machine, correct? Once the page gets downloaded onto your machine, do you know that the connection between the browser and the server will be cut off? You open a browser, you type a URL, hit enter, the request goes to server and the response comes to the browser. When the request goes and the response comes to the browser, immediately the connection between the browser and the server will be cut off. Immediately the connection between the browser and the server will be cut off. But why, sir? Why it will be cut off? Because there are so many people connecting to the server at a time. If all these connections are kept open, the server won't respond here. The server won't respond. See, you went for a marriage reception. You went for a marriage reception. And nearly some 2,000 people came for that reception now. And there are four food counters who are serving the food. And it's a buffet dinner. It's a buffet. Okay, it's just going to be a buffet. And now you understand, in a buffet, you notice that people come to the counter, serve what they want, and leave the place, correct? Yes or not? But suppose if 10 people go to a counter, started eating the food standing there only, what happens? Tell me here, what happens? 10 people came to the counter now, stood there standing the food. They are not leaving the counter now. They have stood there eating the food now. Means, suppose they take some 10 minutes to complete this particular eating the food now. So this 10 minutes is dedicated to those 10 people only. Means like this 40 minutes, 4 counters, 40 people are served in 10 minutes. Means per an hour, 240 people, 2,000 people are there. Means how much time it will take to finish all now? You understood? Means if you start the dinner in the night 7 o'clock, it will be completed next day midnight at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock now. All the people has to wait. Yes or not? That's not the right thing. What do? You come to the counter, serve what you want, leave it. Leave the place for the others to come now. So it's also exactly same process. You went to server, got your response now? Okay, leave. You want again, go back. See, after serving again, you want something again, you can go back to the counter now. So this is also exactly the same process. So that's why IP is a connectionless. Don't forget this one. IP is a connectionless communication protocol. I'll tell you guys, actually, long back, so in 2004 somewhere, at that time where internet, private internet connections are not available, at them Google is not there. Google is also not there. Google is there, but they don't have the Google website. Still, the Google, Gmail, they are not still popular. At the time, Hotmail is a popular emailing service. Hotmail, Yahoo, Rediff, all these things. Hotmail is very popular at the time. They have just conducted a survey on the Hotmail server. They just conducted a server on a Hotmail server. At a point of time, at a particular point of time, what are the minimum number of connections? What are the minimum number of connections the server is receiving? At some point of time, at a point of time, what are the minimum number of connections the server is receiving? And at that day, it's 1 million. At that day, it is 1 million. At that time, it is 1 million. Something around 2004 statistics I'm telling guys. Now, can you imagine in 2022 now? Because at that time, you don't have a private internet connection. Today, all of you have a private internet connection now. Can you imagine the number of people hitting the Google or the Gmail servers for a second? It will be billions. It will be billions. It will be in billions. Okay? So it will be a huge count. If all these people at a time connected to the server, do you think the server can respond? Server doesn't respond. That is the problem what we are facing with IRCTC at morning 10 o'clock. Is the point clear? So that's what. So basically that's why they're connectionless. They're all going to be connectionless. So we just also call it as stateless behavior. We also call it as stateless behavior. We'll understand more in detail about the stateless behavior once we jump into ASP.NET, but this is basically what we call as a stateless behavior. Okay, so IP is a connectionless communication protocol. IP does not occupy the communication lines between two computers. This reduces the need for network lines. Each line can be used for communication between many different computers at the same time. You got your response now? Go. Second one will use that connection. Second one will use that line now. Are you clear? With IP, messages are broken up into small independent packets and sent between computers via the internet. IP is responsible for routing each packet to the correct destination. That's why I said you the job of an IP is postman. The postman is responsible for delivering or sending the letters to the appropriate destination, correct? So exactly the IP responsibility is also same. It is responsible for sending this to the exact server. Yeah, that is also a problem. That is also a problem. If the server is, if the connections are open for long times, hacking problem, that is server firewalls and all will restrict you, but that also can be taken into count, all those things. Yeah, IP is connectionless. Okay, next. What next? IP routers. What are IP routers? The IP router is like a postman. Post office. IP router is a post office. IP is a postman. IP router is a post office. See, when an IP packet is sent from a computer, it arrives at an IP router. What is that? Array, when you post a letter, first it comes to post office here. First it comes to post office now. And suppose guys, what happened, you are staying in some area and you just posted a letter. And the letter first where it goes, it will go to the post office. Here also the data first comes to where? The IP router. The IP router is responsible for routing the packet to the correct destination directly or via another router. It may be directly delivering the information to you, or it may be come from another router also. Suppose you take Hyderabad city. In Hyderabad city, can you imagine the number of post offices? Do you think only one post office in Hyderabad? In your hometown, your small town or a village, you'll have one post office maximum. But in Hyderabad city, Mumbai, Delhi, you will be finding a city, because this city radius is going to be somewhere around 100 kilometers radius. The city is 100 kilometers radius. And when you have an 100 kilometers radius of the city now you just understand that one single post office cannot do the job. You require multiple post offices to be coming into action. So suppose in the Hyderabad city, some 30-40 post offices will be there covering the whole city. Some of your friend has sent you a letter. Some of your friend has sent you a letter to you from Mumbai, or an invitation card for you from Mumbai. First, all this will reach to Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, first they will come to the GPO. That is the central post office, which is present in Abbots. The central post office, the main post office, we call it as a GPO. Okay, all the things will come for there. After that, what will they do? They will distribute this to the other post offices surrounding to it. First, they'll come there, and from there the distribution takes place. They'll be sent to the different locations from there. Did you catch my point? Yes or not? So this is what exactly happens. They'll be distributing up these particular letters and post to this. So first it comes to the central post office. Now see, the letter arrived to a person in Abbots. All the letters came from Mumbai. It came to Hyderabad to the central post office in Abbots. The letter has to be delivered to a person in Abbots only. So what will happen? The postman will deliver directly. But you are staying in Amirpet. You are staying in Amirpet now. So now from Abbots, the person won't come and deliver the letter to you. They'll be sending to the Amirpet post office, which is present in Maitriyanam. It is present there, and the letters will come there. From there, it is delivered to you. That's what they are going to be delivered directly or through another post office. So did you understand this point? Directly or via another router. Okay, next. Array, that's what breaking and sending a big letter, breaking in the form of postcards and sending to the destination. Next, IP address. To deliver a letter, do you require an address? Yes or not? Without that, if you put your invitation card in the post office, will the postman call you and ask me, whom should I deliver and give it? No, you need to put the address. Same way, if you want to send some data from one machine to another machine, what you require is the address of the machine. And all of you, in your academics, you might be coming across the subject of the networking. If at all you have some basic knowledge of the networking, you'll get an idea. What is that? How do you identify a device uniquely in a network? How do you identify a device uniquely in a network? By using address called as IP address. We identify a device uniquely in a network by using IP address. What is IP address? The IP address is going to be a unique identification for every computer in the network. Have you noticed it any time? You just go to anywhere and there's a Wi-Fi option available. And you just try to ask them the Wi-Fi password, you enter the Wi-Fi password, immediately you see a message. What is it? Obtaining IP address. Noticed or not? What it will show you? Why this IP address? If that IP address is not there, you cannot be entering into the network. You cannot enter into a network. This IP address is mandatory. Tomorrow you join in a company and in the company you say, I don't have an employee ID. Then you're not an employee of the organization. If you're an employee, you must have a employee ID. Every employee must have a unique employee ID. So same way, every machine in the network should have a unique address, and we call that address as a IP address. This IP address is going to be a 32-bit numeric value, 32-bit, 4 bytes, 32-bit, 4 bytes, divided into 4 sections. Each section is going to be 1 byte, 4 byte, 32-bit numeric value. Okay, see, it uses 32 bits or 4 bytes where each number should be ranging between 0 to 255. 1 byte memory means 255 only, na? So basically, it looks something like this. The format of an IP address will be 0 to 255. Yeah, that will be the format of an IP address. It is a 4-part numeric value, 4-part numeric value where each part will be ranging between 0 to 255. You can see this is 1 part, second part, third part, 4 parts. Totally 4 bytes, 32-bit. Okay. IP addresses are normally written as 4 numbers separated by a period like this. Example for an IP address. Are you clear? Okay. Each device must have a unique IP address before it can connect to the internet. Every device in the internet requires an IP address here. Facebook is there. The Facebook has an IP address. The Facebook server has an IP address. Just if at all you want to know the IP address, just simply open your command window, and in the command window, ping. This is the IP address of the Facebook server. I'll preview, see that. Open a browser. Just watch. Open a browser, and without typing facebook.com, I'm typing the IP address and hit the enter key. Got it? That is the IP address of the Facebook. How to find it? Just open your command window and say ping the website name. Ping the website name. You'll see the IP address of that website. So every machine requires this IP address. So that is also a machine, a web server. So that IP address is going to be this one. Understood? Ping your domain name. It will tell you what is the IP address of it. Now copy that. Just go to browser, type the IP address, and you should get the output. Yeah. IP address are normally written, okay. Each device must have a unique IP address before it can connect to the internet. Each IP packet must have an address before it can be sent to another computer. The packet should contain the IP address here where it has to be sent. This is an IP address. This is an IP address. For example, this might be same address as something w3schools.com. Okay, just a minute. I'll change to ours. Is an IP address. This might be something like facebook.com. Okay. Now just say domain name. A name is much easier to remember than a 20-digit number. Agree with me? Today I said you the IP address here 157.240.228.35. Is it easy to remember? It's not easy. Tomorrow, if I tell you the IP address of 10 websites and tell me tomorrow means, we don't remember them here. We forget. Correct? But names are easy to remember. Names are easy to remember. See, a name is much easier to remember than a 20-digit number. Names used for IP addresses are called domain names. The names used for IP addresses are called as what? Domain names. Okay? For example, facebook.com is a domain name. It's a domain name. When you address a website www.facebook.com means you're opening a browser and typing www.facebook.com. That's it now. Do you know what happens really behind the screen? Behind the screen, the name is translated to a number by a domain name server. The name is translated to a number by a domain name server. What is this domain name server again, sir? What the domain name server is? It is just like a telephone directory. It is just like a telephone directory. In the telephone directory, the names and numbers are listed now. Same way, the domain names and the IP addresses are listed for you on one central location called as a DNS, domain name server. Whenever you type facebook.com, don't think the request is directly going out to the Facebook. The request first goes to the domain name server. On the domain name server, it will pick the IP address. After picking the IP address, then it will be connecting to the actual server. Are you clear? That is the internal process. But what we know, we don't know. Just simply we say www.facebook.com, we are getting the output, but we don't know the things that are happening behind the screen. That's what I said here. You are not an end user, you are a developer. As a developer, every point is important for you right now. Am I clearer? Yes, every site should have this IP address. Every site should have this IP address. That's what I shown you now. When I say facebook.com, I got the IP address of it. Yes, server, every device, every machine requires this IP address to be present. When you address the website facebook.com, the name is translated by your number by a domain name server. All over the world, DNS servers are connected to the internet. DNS servers are responsible for translating domain names into IP address. When a new domain name is registered together with an IP address, DNS servers all over the world are updated with this information. All over the world are going to be informed with this particular information. Okay, so that's what. Yeah, public IPs and that's a separate study. But IP address is compulsory for every device. But under the public IPs, private IPs, a lot of things will be there. Okay, are you clear with this domain names? Okay. Next. What is a domain name? A domain name is a unique name for a website like google.com, facebook.com. These are the names. Choosing a hosting solution should include domain name registration. Already we discussed about it. Domain names must be registered. When domain names are registered, they are added to the large domain name register. In addition, Information about the website, including the IP address, is stored on the DNS server. The website information, IP address, everything will be stored on the DNS server. DNS stands for Domain Name System. A DNS server is responsible for informing all other computers on the internet about the domain name and the website address. They're responsible for that. Okay? Are you clear with that? Names that are good. Next, registering a domain. How do you register your domain? Domain names can be registered from domain name registration companies. Domain name registration companies. These companies provides an interface to search for available domain names, and they offer a variety of domain name extensions that can be registered at the same time. They offer you the big list now, and you can choose from them. You can choose from them. Already yesterday we searched and it showed you different domain names and telling you extensions. Yes or not? When I searched for bangarraju.net, it said you that's not available, but bangarraju.in is available. You can register with it. Extension change. Suppose you have facebook.com, right? Can I register facebook.in? Can I register facebook.in? First, let us verify, is it available or not? Facebook.in. If any website is running on facebook.in, I cannot register now. So let us see, facebook.in. When I just say facebook.in, it went to facebook.com, see? Tomorrow, that can be a big scam, yeah. You register facebook.com, I register facebook.in now. Now in Google, someone searches for Facebook. All these links will come. If everyone clicks on facebook.com, not a problem. If someone clicks on facebook.in, it's a big scam now. That's why all these interrelated domains are registered by the Facebook only. They won't give chance for any others to do it. They don't give chance for any others to do it. Multiple names, they'll be facebook.com, facebook.in, facebook.co, facebook.net. All these are registered under your Facebook. Whatever you type, it will redirect you back to facebook.com. Is that clear? Okay, so that's basically what happens. Yeah, domain names can be registered from domain name registration companies. These companies offers you extensions and all. Next, choosing a domain name. Choosing a domain name is a major step for an individual or organization. Choosing a domain name is a major step for an individual or organization. That's very, very important here. Naresh Technologies is there. They have a website, nareshit.com. Naresh I Technologies is the actual name. We just registered the domain as Naresh IT. Is it related now? Yes or not? Okay, something. If I just open a website like something else, people cannot understand. When you see the name Naresh IT, 90% of the people who are just knows about Naresh Technologies can understand it's a website related to Naresh IT. I registered my domain with the name bangarraju.net. So people can easily understand this is related to me. Understood my point? Okay, so that's what. So choosing a domain name is a very, very important step for it. You want to sell cakes in Hyderabad. Suppose, for example, you want to sell cakes in Hyderabad. So I want to create a registered domain now, cakes in Hyderabad. That's important for the business. If I register a domain like biryani in Hyderabad, no one who want to order the cakes will open the website now. Correct? So that's organization, individual perspective also, that's going to be very, very important factor. New domain name extension, creative thinking offer thousands of excellent domain names. Creative thinking. Facebook is a creative thinking only. Correct or not? Facebook is a creative thinking only. It's not a name or a person. It's a creative thinking, what they got an idea and just opened it. Okay, next. When choosing a name, it's important to consider that purpose of a domain name which is provided as easy to search your website. Purpose. Just now I said you about that only. See, you want to sell cakes, but your domain is biryani in Hyderabad.com. The purpose, what is your purpose? To sell cakes. What is your domain name? Biryani in Hyderabad. How they're related? That's also going to be important. Next. The best domain name have the following characteristics. What are the characteristics? It should be short. It should be meaningful. It should be clear and exposure. All these are important. First one, short. People don't like to type. Yes, exactly. They don't like to type. See, our website, nareshit.com. But our organization name is Naresh I Technologies. Our organization registered name is Naresh I Technologies. If I open a website, nareshitechnologies.com, people don't like to type. So short, convenient, easy. That's very, very important. Okay, meaningful. A short domain name is nothing without a name. Your domain name is short here, but it's meaningless. Something 34i4nh.com is not easy to enter or to remember. Short only, but who remembers here? That doesn't have a meaning now. Correct? Select a domain that relates to your site in a way that people will understand about you or your website. That's important. Okay, next, clarity. Clarity is important when selecting a domain name. Avoid a name that is difficult to spell or pronounce. You're just having a smaller domain name only, but the word is going to be very complex to type. Czechoslovakia. Mostly we have confusion with the spelling of that now. The site is czechoslovakia.com. So that spelling is always a bit confused. Psychology. These are some words are going to be a little bit confusion in the spellings, right? Yes or not? If at all you're just that type of words, that spelling mistakes, that clarity will be missing. So be careful with all those things. Exposure. Names that are short are easy to remember and an asset. In addition to visitors, also consider search engines. Search engines index your site and rank it for relevance against the terms people search for your sites. Consider including a relevant search term in your domain. What is that? It is not only about the smaller names and all. You also require to consider about the search engine searching. Tomorrow, someone in Hyderabad, someone in the country wants to learn Java or wants to learn .NET or something. How do they search? Best IT training in India. That's what they search. When they search like that, immediately what we expect, we just expect our website to come in the list now. nareshit.com should come out in the list now. Are you clear? Okay, so they add all these keywords and everything behind the screen. There's a concept here called as SEO. Have you heard it? Search engine optimization. That's a technique actually which will provide you easy access for websites to search. May someone is searching in the Google search engine, based on the relevant words, this website should be loaded automatically. Based on the relevant words, this website should be loaded. For that, search engine optimization is a technique that is available. That's out of the scope, we're not talking, but that all those things should be taken into consideration before you try to give a name for a website. All those points are very, very important. Yeah, SEO tags, search engine optimization tags. MAC address is going to be somewhat different compared with an IP address. Upgrade it to VS 2022 because we'll learn the latest. Auto refresh, Ankit. That's an auto refresh. There's an auto refresh here. How the score in your website updates? How the cricket score in your website updates? That's all auto refreshing. That's all auto refreshing. We do it with Ajax. We do it with the Ajax. We do it. I'll show you. We'll see that also in our discussion. How to auto refresh a page without resubmitting the page. Without submitting the page, how the auto refresh works. The background connections will happen and the things will be updating for you. Okay, we'll see that here. That is also in our syllabus. For that, we'll discuss about all those things. Okay, so am I clear, guys? What are the important things you just require to remember and consider for a domain? Are you clear? Is this domain important for us now? Yeah, it's very, very important for us now. Why? Because without that, our website cannot come into action. But every domain requires an IP address. That's another important point, what we are just trying to understand and learn. Okay. So there's some few things to still understand here, small things only. What's it? What exactly is a web hosting? What exactly is a web hosting? How does web hosting work? We have a concept like shared hosting. What is a shared hosting? I have domain name servers. And another thing is, can I have my own IP address to my server? Can I give my own IP address to a server? Can I pick a phone number of my choice? Can I pick a phone number of my choice? Yes, sir. I want a phone number 12345 12345. Give me. Array, you cannot pick na. They should be assigned. They should be assigned. Who assigns this IP addresses? Who assigns the IP address? Array, for your device, your what is that router will assign. Not about that. Public IPs. Who assigned an IP address for Facebook? Who assigned an IP address for Google? These are some important things what we require to understand. Small things only. We'll just conclude it off tomorrow, and we'll just jump into the concept of like how the web pages are going to be accessed. All of you know creating web page now. HTML page here. How these pages, you are using these pages from your local computers, right? How to access these pages from remote computers. Tomorrow we'll start from there, and slowly I will take you into the ASP.NET, that is MVC pages, how to create and all. Okay, we need to understand static web pages, dynamic web pages, all these things. And in the process, we'll step by step go into this. Okay, let's stop here, guys. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll just finish the session and we'll try to understand about accessing the web pages from remote computers. Okay, we'll talk about it. Let's stop here. We'll meet tomorrow. Sai Kumar, someone would have called you for joining in the course. Ask them, they will send you the content list. IP address won't be assigned to the page here. What did I say? You're required to put all the pages on a web server. Web server will have the IP address. Yeah. We'll ask the admin to add you in the Google Drive, and the Google Drive I'll copy the complete notes. You can download from there. Mostly by this weekend you will get the complete notes. VS 2013 is outdated. You need 2022 VS. Oh, last class recording. Yeah, those are the video recordings of the first 3 sessions. The admin will contact you and tell you how to pay the fees. The admins will contact you and tell you how to pay the fees.